Jesus, you were incarcerated at one time, right?
Yes, sir.
What caused you to be incarcerated?
My choices?
What were those choices? What is it that you did?
Well, it starts from little choices. They lead to bigger ones. But in the end, in and out of jail for what I called petty stuff. And in the end, it was...
It's okay to tell us what the petty stuff was.
It was, I picked up a gun, and I was going to go commit 3 robberies. And my mentality was, I'm going to do whatever I need to get back to my kids. I thought they were my fulfillment. I thought my wife and children were my fulfillment. And but I had to learn that it wasn't. That only Christ could fill that.
Yeah, so how many years were you, as a result of that, how many years were you incarcerated?
Well, they they were saying they were going to give me like 11, 20 years, all that, but I was ready to do the time. Mm-hmm. But God had a different plan. It was, in the end, it was only 6 months.
Wow.
With 3 years probation. But there was a work he wanted to do in me before I got back out.
Amen, amen. Well, that certainly shows God, because you were looking at 11 years or something?
Yeah, at least 11.
And 6 months probation and 3 years probation. That was God.
Yeah, it is God.
That was God. All right.
Amen.
Now, last night you mentioned something. When you were in prison, when you got incarcerated, what were your thoughts at that time?
Well, like the prodigal son, I came to myself. And only then, when a man is faced with himself and the reality of the carnal heart, of his need for Christ. So my thoughts is, you know what am I doing back here? Is this my life? What can I give my children? Mm-hmm. What am I going to give them? I'm trying to get back to them. What am I going to give them? Yeah. So it's the Holy Spirit that was bending my knees, so to speak.
So when was your first, when you went to prison, were you attending any church or anything like that?
No.
Okay. So what then led you into a relationship with Christ? Were you invited to church? Did you go to any meetings in prison?
I didn't go there because I didn't want the jailhouse conversion. You know, I was like, no, I'm not. I don't want that. I want the real thing. And it was around April. It was a series of events. In the end, it was this movie about Jesus. And I know a lot of prayer, fervent prayer of my mom and others were going up at that time. And Satan's hold his grasp was lessening on me. But it was Jesus and his love for me.
So you saw the movie.
Yeah.
And in that movie, you were convinced that you should think about giving your life and giving life to Jesus and following Jesus.
At that time, I saw the one who created me crucified for me, and I was like, and then I saw all my little pieces of my life, and by that time, I said, "Here you go, Lord, and here, take this and take this, take it all. I don't want it. You can see what I do with my life."
Which church did you go to after that decision?
I didn't. I was keeping the Sabbath before that. The Lord had showed me. And after conversion, he took me to his sanctuary and started pouring into me. And so I asked the Lord, is this from you? I need to know, my Father, because I was living lies. And I said, Lord, only your truth. And he is so faithful. He's been so faithful. Yeah. So I go down to one of the studies. He leads me down there, and a brother is bringing in the sanctuary message. And I didn't say nothing for those 2 classes. And then I got out afterwards, and this other guy got out with me, and I said, "Where's this guy go to church?" And I ended up at Seventh-day Adventist Church. So
Amen. Amen. Amen.
He's faithful. He leads me into all truth.
Yes. So, as a result of that, God led you right into the Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Amen.
How long ago was that?
5 years.
5 years.
Almost to the day, in May 5th.
May 5th. 5 years ago.
Yes, sir.
How has life been for you since that walk, you started that walk with Jesus Christ?
It's an adventure. It's thrilling. Drugs can never touch what my Lord does in my heart. It's a privilege. It's an honor, and I'm not worthy to carry the holy vessels of God. How dirty and filthy I was. I'm very humbled.
Isn't God good?
He's good. Man.
How was the church? You went to that church. The church knew that you were incarcerated.
Yeah.
What was the reception?
You know, at that time I didn't care, but I did test them. I put on my old clothes, you know, I had put on my bandana and stuff and see how they reacted to me. And, you know, of course, the Lord grew me out of that. But, you know, it was great. I mean, they just like...
All right, okay, let me get that one.
It was great.
You say you dressed like that and you went into the church.
Yeah.
And what did they do when they saw you walking to church like that?
Well, some of them were just happy to see a new face, and some, you know, we get the mixed multitude anyway, right?
Yeah.
But overall, it was beautiful. I was just blown away. I was like, Lord, really? Really? Because I was so alone, brother.
Yes.
I was believing the lies that I wasn't worth it and that I deserved unhappiness.
So you walk into the church and you found a family.
Yeah.
Family of God.
Yes. Worldwide, universal.
And I can look at you now and see that you are happy in Jesus Christ.
Happy in Jesus.
Jesus, thanks so much for sharing your
God bless
testimony
you,
with us. Okay, God bless.